Very good morning, my dear student. I am Asim Kumar Mandal, as a physics teacher representing SANDIPANI Higher Secondary School, RAJODA. Student, today I am taking the one more most important topic related to chapter number 7 of the class 12 physics from NCERT. The name of the chapter alternating current, and today's topic that means LCR. The most important derivation of this chapter, LCR and LC, two circuit most important. Student, पेपर में क्वेश्चन कैसा आएगा? ड्राइव अ डेरिवेशन टू डिटरमाइन द इम्पिडेंस ऑफ एसी सर्किट विच कंसिस्ट इंडक्टर, कंसिस्ट कैपेसिटर एंड रेजिस्टेंस बोथ. मतलब एक ऐसा सर्किट जिसमें एल, सी और आर तीनों सीरीज फॉर्म में कनेक्ट है. Suppose AC circuit. First one, AC circuit. What is the meaning of the AC circuit? External source in the form of AC device. अगर जो यहाँ पर हम DC लिख दें तो ये DC सर्किट हो जाएगा. अगर जो AC लिखा है that means a AC circuit. Okay student, now we taking the some explanation related to L, related to C and related to AR. What is the meaning of the L? L that means a inductor, C that means a capacitor, and R that means a resistance. Suppose first one, spring. What is the meaning of the spring? Spring that means another example related to coil. It is represented by capital R and two parallel lines. Is a symbol who represent the capacitor and resistance. That means symbol which define capital R, that means resistance. Okay student, first one L. What is the meaning of the L? L that means a inductor, C that means a capacitor, and R that means a resistance. Student, the amount of current will be equal of capital I. If amount of current will be equal of capital I, due to flow of current induced, the value of resistance will be equal, potential will be equal of VL. Here potential will be equal of VC, and here potential will be equal of VR. बिल्कुल बेसिक देखिए. L, what is the meaning of the L? L that means a inductor, C that means a capacitor, R that means a resistance. Okay, then after VL, what is the meaning of the VL? VL that means a amount of voltage on inductor due to flow of current I. Here amount of voltage on capacitor due to flow of current, amount of potential on resistance due to flow of current. इतना समझ आ गया स्टूडेंट? We know that very well. V is a directly proportional of I such that V equal to IR. According to the Ohm's law, V will be equal of IR. What is the meaning of the R? R that means a resistance for the ohmic circuit. Here it is represented by IXL. Here IXC, and here I into R. What is the meaning of this sentence? XL that means a resistance of inductor. XC that means resistance of capacitor, and capital R that means resistance of ohmic resistor. Student, XL मतलब क्या होता है? resistance. XC also resistance, R also resistance. For the various different ठीक है, सर्किट के लिए रेजिस्टेंस के सिंबल भी क्या होते हैं? डिफरेंट. बट यू नो दैट वेरी वेल, द वैल्यू ऑफ XL विल बी इक्वल ऑफ ओमेगा L, एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ XC विल बी इक्वल ऑफ 1 by ओमेगा C. ओके स्टूडेंट, नाउ टाइम टू डिफाइन द डायरेक्शन. अगर जो हम डायरेक्शन की बात करें, सपोज द अमाउंट ऑफ करंट पासिंग फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट. ओके, so VL always forward and VC always डाउनवर्ड, ऊपर की तरफ क्या मिलेगा VL और नीचे की तरफ मुझे क्या मिलेगा VC। हियर एंगल विल बी इक्वल ऑफ +π/2 एंड हियर एंगल विल बी इक्वल ऑफ -π/2। नाउ we decide VR, the direction of VR always in the direction of current. Student, here VL always greater than VC. What is the mean of the VL greater than VC? That means XL always greater than XC. Okay, first one, when XL greater than XC such that we can say VL greater than VC. तो अगर जो हमको रिजल्टेंट समझना है, वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द रिजल्टेंट रेजिस्टेंस बिटवीन LCR। बट मैं आपको बेसिक में बता रहा हूँ VL और VC में क्या होता है, VL ग्रेटर देन VC, दैट मीन्स अ रिजल्टेंट बिटवीन VL एंड VC विल बी इक्वल ऑफ VL माइनस VC इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन। मतलब कहीं ना कहीं मुझे यहाँ पर कितना मिलेगा, VL माइनस VC। ओके, फर्स्ट वन आपको इतना बेसिक समझ आया। सेकेंड वन, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VL, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VC एंड हियर द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VR। नाउ नेक्स्ट एंड लास्ट वन, what is the mean of the V that means a voltage, the peak value of alternating voltage will be equal of V naught sin omega t. Similarly I will be equal of I naught sin omega t. Here E will be equal of E naught sin omega t. मेरे साथ फिर से बोलिए, what is the mean of the peak value of alternating current? Peak value of alternating current I equal to I naught sin omega t. Peak value of alternating voltage V equal to V naught sin omega t, and peak value of electromotive force will be equal of E equal to U naught sin omega t. Student, now time to define the diagram. अगर जो हम डायग्राम को बारीकी से देखें तो सबसे पहले हमको ज़रूरत है इंडक्टर। व्हाट इज द मीन ऑफ द इंडक्टर? कैपिटल R, देन आफ्टर कैपेसिटर, दैट मीन्स अ टू पैरेलल लाइन, एंड फाइनली कैपिटल R, दैट मीन्स अ रेजिस्टेंस। ओके, द अमाउंट ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ करेंट कैपिटल I here, कैपिटल I here, कैपिटल I। देखिए, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VL फॉरवर्ड, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VC डाउनवर्ड, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ VR ऑलवेज टूवर्ड्स इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ करंट। चलिए, डायग्राम समझ आया। सम एक्सप्लेनेशन रिलेटेड टू डायग्राम। लेट अस कंसीडर कैपिटल R, कैपिटल C, कैपिटल R arrange in series form, arrange in series form, and amount of current will be capital I. First one, what is the mean of the capital I? Capital I, that means the amount of current. And what is the mean of the L? L, that means the inductor. C, that means the student, simple explanation related to diagram. First one, capital L, capital C, capital R arranged in a series form, and the amount of current will be equal of capital I. Now time to define the mathematical expression, that means a derivation. Student, by definition of peak value of alternating current, what is the meaning of the peak value? That means V will be equal of V naught sin omega t. इक्वेशन नंबर फर्स्ट, ध्यान से देखिएगा। the amount of potential difference across इंडक्टर। सबसे पहले हम क्या ले रहे हैं? इंडक्टर। V is a directly proportional I, that means V will be equal of IR. Potential represented by the V, but in the case of the inductor, potential represented by VL, here represented by VC, and here represented by the VR, such that VL equal to IXL, equation number second. the amount of potential across. Second one, capacitor. That means VC will be equal of IXC, equation number third. And last one, for the resistor denoted by VR will be equal of I into R. Student, here XL, that means a resistance for the L, XC, that means a resistance for the C, and capital R, that means a resistance for the ohmic circuit. Now time to define the graphical representation. Let us consider the direction of flow of current VR in the direction of flow of current, and upward side VL, downward side VC. Here positive plus by 2 and here negative pi by 2. Positive pi by 2, negative pi by 2. Since we know that very well, VL greater than VC, that means a resultant between VL and VC, a resultant between VL and VC will be equal of VL minus VC. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं मुझे VL माइनस VC कैसा मिलेगा? अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में. सपोज हियर VL minus VC and here VR. So resultant between VL minus VC and VR will be equal of capital V with angle phi. Okay student, देखिए, by use of this graphical representation we getting the triangle in between V. Here perpendicular from the VL minus VC and perpendicular from the VR. This is VR and this is VL minus VC, and resultant will be equal of V and angle will be equal of phi, origin O, and here capital A, capital B. First one, by the definition of potential difference we getting equation number first, second, third and fourth. By use of the graphical representation we getting a triangle OAB. In triangle OAB by using Pythagoras theorem. क्या होता है Pythagoras theorem? The square of hypotenuse equal to square of perpendicular plus square of base, such that V square equal to VL minus VC whole square plus VR whole square. You know that very well. The value of VL equal to IXL, IXC whole square and IR whole square. I as a common, we getting outside of bracket XL minus XC whole square plus I square R square. I square is the largest common factor between the terms, so finally we getting XL minus XC whole square plus R square. Student, as a into then as a divide, so finally we getting XL minus XC square plus R square. Numerator square and denominator square, that means a whole square. So final term XL minus XC and R square. We know that very well. V by I will be equal of capital R by the use of the concept of the Ohm's law. But when in a circuit we used a two or more than two devices, capital R replaced by the capital Z. And what is the mean of the capital Z? That means the impedance of circuit, such that Z square equal to VL minus VC whole square plus R square replaced by the root. So final step we getting XL minus XC R square. Where is the space, student? Now time to define the final expression. Capital Z will be equal of under the root XL. What is the mean of the XL? You know that very well. XL will be equal of omega L. अभी हाल मैंने पूरा बेसिक बताया था. XL will be equal of omega L and XC equal to 1 by omega C. So here omega L square and omega C whole square. Then after plus capital R square. This is a final expression who define the impedance of circuit which consists L, consists C and R in the series form. But देखिए अगर जो आपको फेज भी निकालना है, व्हाट इज द मीन ऑफ द फेज? फेज दैट मीन्स अ एंगल. सो tan थीटा विल बी इक्वल ऑफ परपेंडिकुलर बाय बेस. परपेंडिकुलर दैट मीन्स VL माइनस VC एंड बेस that means VR. So VL will be equal of omega L. Okay student, VL, the equation of VL convert into the form of IXL. अगर जो आप धीरे धीरे करना है तो धीरे धीरे करिए. IXL minus IXC divide by IR. I will be cancelled by I. So finally we getting XL minus XC by capital R. So final expression tan in the opposite direction we getting the tan inverse. And what is the mean of the XL? Omega L. XC that means omega C divide by capital R. Okay student. ठीक है, फिर से देखते पूरे क्वेश्चन को. By the standard value we getting V equal to V naught sin omega t, XL VL equal to IXL, VC equal to IXC and VR equal to IR. The resultant between them and them will be equal of VL minus VC. Now the resultant between VL minus VC and VR will be equal of capital V. Suppose resultant between them and them. So student, by use of the graphical representation method we getting the triangle OAB by use of the Pythagoras theorem. ठीक है, I एज अ कॉमन, I स्क्वेयर एज अ कॉमन इंटू, तो डिवाइड में होल स्क्वेयर एंड V बाय I विल बी इक्वल ऑफ कैपिटल Z. दैट मीन्स द इम्पेडेंस ऑफ सर्किट. सो Z स्क्वेयर विल बी इक्वल ऑफ दिस स्क्वेयर कन्वर्ट इनटू द फॉर्म ऑफ रूट. दिस इज अ फाइनल एक्सप्रेशन फॉर इम्पेडेंस ऑफ LCR सर्किट. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, tan theta perpendicular by base. Perpendicular that means a front side of the angle and base that means a remaining side. So by use of the equation number 2nd, 3rd and 4th we getting the values of the VL, VC and VR. So simply angle will be equal of these. I hope student you getting the 110% solution related to LCR related to chapter number 7 of the class 12 physics NCERT. Thank you so much to watching this YouTube channel of Sandipani Higher Secondary School Rajoda. Student, please like my video, share between the friends, subscribe our channel and please study all subject from our channel. Thank you so much.